Hello, I'm Coercer, and we are watching games from ArtifactCup number 26. We have seen the first game in round 1 between Noneyadambus and Harambe, and now we will check out the second game between these two players. There we go. This game will be played on the Shallows. The first game was a victory for Harambe, although I can't say it was a very decisive victory. It was actually surprisingly close there right at the end, but we'll see how this game develops. Noneyadambus is playing as Coalition, and Harambe is playing as Random. We'll be watching this from Harambe's perspective, such as the production. Harambe has once again rolled Soban, which seems to happen quite often when you play random, that you get the same raise a couple of games in a row, but that's the way it is with random. And Harambe has spawned up in the north as the Coalition forces. Both players have now built their initial salvagers, and they are both now moving out the base centers to the artifact capture point. So nothing that ground-shakingly different for both these players. Now Harambe has started his support cruiser, which on a game like the Shallows, on a map like the Shallows, is quite a good idea. The main base is protected by these hills on both sides, and the only entrance is right here, where you can park your carrier and place some units on these ledges here, so they get a high ground advantage, and you're basically safe from quite a few attacks. And that early expansion is quite viable here on the Shallows. Now, since Harambe is playing as Soban, he can place those defensive logistics modules up here on these ledges, and they will also get a high ground advantage. So we'll see if he takes advantage of that. Noneyadambus is just now finishing his support cruiser, so both players are now a bit more evenly matched. In the previous game, Noneyadambus was lagging behind in his resourcing, but now it's a bit more even than before. Noneyadambus is once again placing turret posts with his base runner. He seems to like the added defense those bring, but maybe those resources would have been better used on more salvagers at the moment. Harambe has started his railgun fabrication technology, which will enable him to build Soban railguns. As I've mentioned before, Soban railguns are basically better versions of the Coalition railguns. They fire quicker, but each single shot from the railguns deals less damage, but in the end the Soban railguns deal more damage per second. Noneyadambus is now expanding to his first bulkhead, while Harambe is going ahead and just capturing his first artifact in peace. Now Noneyadambus has not done the same, presumably because he might be afraid that something is waiting for him out there. But if you're keeping your base under, you might as well try and get that first artifact and get a bit of a boost to your carrier. Harambe captures the artifact and immediately puts that extra energy into defensive logistics, which of course gives his armed logistics module a boost to their sight range and rate of fire. Nothing much happening from both players. Harambe is now researching AAV fabrication. He has not constructed any military units as of yet. Both players now mining from both of their bulkheads, and nothing much else is going on. Harambe is now finally starting to produce railguns. He immediately queues up for railguns while capturing another artifact with his base runner. So Harambe will immediately have a 2-0 lead unless Noneyadambus produces some units to just try and stop this capture from happening. Let's speed this along a bit and see if anything interesting develops. Harambe is now moving those 4 railguns across the map, while Noneyadambus is expanding to the 3rd bulkhead. Don't see that very often on the shallows, mostly because it's not a very good location to defend, and it's usually not even needed to take that bulkhead or to take that expansion. And Harambe is now feeling a bit cheeky. Is going to take the artifact that's right in front of Noneyadambus. Now let's slow this down again and see if those turrets will take out Harambe's base runner. Noneyadambus has constructed quite a defensive line here with those turret posts, and Harambe's railguns are now opening fire on his defensive position. That turret post does get a high ground advantage, and it takes out Harambe's base runner without any trouble. Noneyadambus now moves out with his carrier to scare away those railguns. If those railguns stay put, Noneyadambus will probably pick up 1 or 2 before they decide to run away. Now Harambe's railguns open fire on Noneyadambus' carrier, and they start to take out big chunks of health from Noneyadambus' carrier. If he's not careful, he's going to take way more damage than he should. And he has lost 5,000. Yes, 5,000 health to those railguns, and that could have been much worse for him if Harambe would have just pressed his attack with those railguns. Both players now have missile batteries up, presumably because they both saw that air was quite advantageous in the previous game. Now Harambe is massing his force of railguns, while also researching assault cruiser fabrication, which will provide him with those assault cruisers. That should give his army a bit of a boost. Noneyadambus has constructed another support cruiser, and it immediately starts repairing his damaged carrier, and hopefully it will be healed up enough to be able to withstand this next attack wave from Harambe. Now Harambe has constructed another support cruiser and is also going to start mining from this bulkhead. Now, considering the fact that he has a lot of resources in his bank, I'm pretty sure he doesn't even need that expansion, especially since there is no aggression coming from Noneyadambus. Noneyadambus again moving out his carrier, and not the wisest thing to do with all of these Soban railguns in the way. If they get a few good volleys off, and if Harambe uses the mark target ability, which causes the mark target to take 25% more damage, this carrier could go down very quickly. Harambe now moving in, he's moving towards Noneyadambus with those armored assault vehicles first, so they can tank some damage and scout for those railguns. And as soon as the railguns get vision of Noneyadambus' forces, they open fire. Those missile batteries are going to get taken down.
Enemy armor destroyed. Railgun engaging
The
enemy
railguns
unit.
open fire, engage Noneyadambus' carrier,
Enemy
and that
signature
health
identified.
is dropping very quickly. If Noneyadambus doesn't move that carrier, he is going to lose it right here in this battle. Those turret posts are now finally dealing some damage to Harambe's forces.
Hostile contact.
But Noneyadambus is now very low on health. He has barely 3,000 health points remaining.
Enemy contact on sensor.
Lucky for him, those Soban railguns are being distracted by those turret posts. Now if Harambe would just focus on the carrier, he would have just taken it out a couple of moments ago. And now he is moving into Noneyadambus' base, which
Enemy unit detected.
right now is only defended by anti-air turret posts.
Enemy signature identified.
Oof, that could have gone
On the board.
much better for Harambe. He could have just
Enemy contact
taken
on
out
the board.
Noneyadambus' carrier.
Enemy armor inbound.
But now Noneyadambus is in his
Bearing on hostile
main
target.
base, which he can defend a bit more easily, since the railguns have to travel right up to the lip of this slope, and the carrier can then take them out.
Hostile base runner sighted.
The Soban railguns are now focusing down all of these anti-air turret posts. Does Harambe have any air? No, not really.
Enemy sighted.
Artifact extraction in progress.
Harambe would probably be better served by just moving in
New threat
all of his
identified.
units and try to take out all of these support cruisers.
Tracking hostile. Bring engines to
Noneyadambus
New coordinates verified.
tracking enemy target.
has powered up his carrier, so he will probably pump up the reactive armor skill, reactive armor system, pardon me, so he'll be able to survive this attack. In the meantime, Harambe is not building anything. He seems to be focused on trying to take out Noneyadambus with this force. The railguns are focusing down the support cruiser. Now they switch targets to the carrier, once again dealing quite some damage
Coordinates confirmed.
without really suffering any losses. Noneyadambus is starting to produce AAVs, and those should take out these forward
Green line confirmed.
railguns before sustaining any heavy damage. Now Harambe has started to kite these AAVs with his railguns, and if Noneyadambus doesn't turn around, he's going to lose all of these AAVs quite quickly. One AAV already down, the second one lost. Noneyadambus is still
Authentication confirmed.
advancing, even though
Roger that.
these railguns are way out of his range,
Battery destroyed.
and now they'll just
On our way. Reposition.
obliterate the one remaining AAV without much trouble.
Enemy sighted.
Noneyadambus manages to take out one railgun, but all things considered, that was not
Contact.
a
Enemy
worthy
armor.
trade.
Report ready.
Meanwhile, Harambe has
Hostile contact.
secured a even greater artifact lead. He now
Hostile armor on
has
board.
3 artifacts to Noneyadambus' 0. And Noneyadambus has fully healed his carrier. He apparently has built 4 support cruisers
Enemy carrier
to
sighted.
completely heal his carrier. But Harambe is now moving in with his carrier and a large force
Waypoint.
of railguns, while Noneyadambus has virtually nothing else. This will end quite badly for Noneyadambus. All of those railguns are now opening fire on his carrier.
All out.
Move out. Reposition.
Mark target has also gone down on Noneyadambus' carrier, and this
Sensor post under
is
fire.
most certainly the end of Noneyadambus. There we go, the carrier goes down, and Harambe is victorious. Well, Noneyadambus is eliminated from the tournament. Harambe continues to the next round. Well, I can only say that we can see that both players were now a bit more active on the map, Harambe especially, just at least a bit more active with his military units, while Noneyadambus was again a bit more passive. He just built up his defenses, but if you don't have any other units on the field to support your carrier, carriers can die very quickly to railguns and enemy carriers or enemy air, or basically any combination of units. If you have nothing on the map, you will lose quite surely. Thank you for watching, and we'll see what happens in the next rounds.